I'm going to bring it down a little bit there. There you go. Thanks for joining us. Artist Painting Live. This is just from his imagination. He's continuing on this, finishing up the top here.
Okay. Okay, is my this little thing jumping, and we're all good for sound. I don't even know where my phone is. We should click on that real quick.
Yeah, you're good.
Yep, there I am. Okay. Home. Hitting home. All right. I guess if you need another. I am finishing up my homemade bowl of chili. I like cheddar cheese, cream on top of my chili. Okay. Right now I'm in white, turquoise, umber, and nutmeg brown. I'm going to build a little bit better of a background back here. I think the sky looks pretty good, but it's a little too plain for being this much sky. When you've got 4 or 6 inches of sky, it's easy to do a little bit, but when you've got just this little bit. So I was able to see there's a little shadow here from the land. So I'm going to build up the land. I'm going to do some more clouds. I've got a few brushes that I haven't even tried out yet for making clouds, and I'm excited about my new brushes. Because I got some new brushes. We don't need no stinking brushes. Yes, we do. So I'm looking forward to that. So, all right. Got my white. There's my gray. A little dip of gray, a little dip of white. And where is the other paintbrush? There it is. So there are 2 types of brushes here, and I'm gonna dab. This is a flat 1 inch. I believe it's a 1 inch. They call it 3/4, or it's about 1 inch. And we want to build up our clouds with the fluffiness and a wispy. Oh, come on now, mister. Take it easy. Take it easy. Yep. As with any painting, you do the background first. Oh, look at that. I like those clouds. Those are doing real good right there. Good brush. Good cloud brush. Giving me some nice peaks and some rough like that. I think we'll sink them down like they're in right there.
Hi, Deanna.
there.
Hi, Smoky Mountain Man.
Look at those little puffs right there. Look at those puffs. I don't have to get an easel that's nailed down. This easel does not like my making clouds. It's almost fallen over on me. Oh, look at the way that cloud went. Just out the way like that. See that? He went right off the page. He did not want to be a part of this painting. All right. Now, we take some gray and we take some turquoise and we'll dab the gray, the turquoise, and the white together. A little bit more turquoise. And we'll just put that. Oh, come on. This is not cooperating. That's very irritating. My painting is too short for the easel. This easel has a clamp right here that can slide down, but unfortunately it only slides so far. And it's made for paintings a slightly bit larger. I'm pretty sure this is as far, yeah, see, that's as far as that goes. It won't go any further and hold on to the painting. So unfortunately, oh, I could put something under the painting to lift it up to that. What do you think of that idea? That's a cool idea.
Probably have to make something later.
A piece of wood. How about this roll of paper towel? Smash that down a little bit. And then tighten down the little nut in the back. Now that'll teach you. Don't mess with me. All right, so we're back to the turquoise, white, and gray. And now we're going to touch a little bit of color into our cloud.
Thank you for the prayers for Ford Man. He's having his gallbladder removed, and
that's today?
Tomorrow. It's supposed to be a really easy surgery.
Yep, they've made a lot of that stuff a lot easier, haven't they? Okay, so now I'm seeing that this color I'm in right now might make a good shade. So I'm going to add a little bit more gray and to it, maybe some white and some gray. And let's go ahead and make the bottoms of these clouds. See, like that. There we go. You might say, oh, he's ruined it. I know. I'm going to get up in here and do a few more. See that? Those clouds over here that are trailing off are a little bit darker because they're farther away. So in the paint, well, we'll just punch a few back this way. All right. That's the more dark. Picking up a little mountain range right there, maybe. A little bit more. Right in there. Okay. Now, lighter brown. I'll just taper it off. Going in the distance. All right. Not enough contrast yet. So let's put a drip of black on the table. Ooh, that was a big drip. I don't know if we'll use that much today or not. So we're going to take just a touch of the black just to put things a little bit more depth and perception. Right there. Right there. Down low. Oh, right in there. Right there. Right there. And then let him taper off a little bit down into there. Okay. Now I think my sky has, let me see if my sky has dried enough. Yeah. Okay. So when you're working with acrylics, you can't do a lot of things right away. You have to give it a chance to dry a little. And of course, acrylics dry way too fast, unlike oil, which can stay wet for hours and allow you to do blending and all that kind of stuff. And I'm afraid acrylic doesn't let you do that. But there is a moment, which I'm getting used to and getting better at, where I can tell that it's starting to dry and it won't smear. But like, for instance, I'm trying to make little flyaways off the top of these clouds, trying to take some of the sharp edges off of these clouds and blend it down a little bit so that it looks like there's some high wind up there, and the blending helps push them away a little bit. See? So I'm very happy with that. And that's very good. I'm going to take that a cloud making brush. I'm going to have paper towels right there. And just put a few little wispy whispers of white up there and pull a little bit. Oh, I just touched my brown. Uh-oh. Watch out. All right. We'll have to make that work somehow. We'll get a little bit of water, a little bit of white, and we will dab back those clouds that just got blown away. There we go. All right. That was a quick repair. See, happy accident, right? Happy accident. And then a little bit of that green we had for contrast, and gray in those clouds. And we're just trying to make things make sense. That actually may have helped a little bit. I kind of like that. And then now I'm going to go back to the white and dab over some of that dark, which should give it a little bit more of a pop. So I think I like that idea. I think that worked pretty good. A little bit more contrast. Nice. Very nice. Way in the back there, maybe if we get the right amount of paint on the brush and get it on the brush just right, we could just do the tips of those distant clouds and then kind of whisk out Like that. That looks pretty good. All right. Yeah, a little stormy right in here. A little storm brewing right there. A little darkness. Okay. Now, basically, I'm stalling, waiting for that brown to dry. I do see some of the painters, they take a hairdryer and put it on there. Me, I'd rather just take a bite of my chili.
Kenny, you're probably going to have your help with the Nightbot thing because I set it up, but it doesn't seem to be working. So I must have missed a step. But I did connect it.
All right, so these mountains in the background, they're not contrasting a tropical coral ocean very well. They look rough and rugged, like they're up north where it's cold, and there's no coral or dolphins up there. So somehow I need to tropicalize. So I would say that would be dark green and light green. Not sure which. That brush is too big. Too big. Not sure what brush is going to give me what I want, which is part of the experience of painting. You have to learn what it is that's going to...
Hello, Deanna.
Well, that's pretty tropical. So I'm gonna do a dark green first, kind of brighten things up a little bit. And actually, it looks like touching both greens is a good idea. So I push my brush into the light green and the dark green at the same time, and I get more of a contrasty, kind of like that, where they put down a more natural look. This is Master's Touch Bright Green and Apple Barrel Christmas Green. Not that it matters. I am not tutoring anybody, as I am just a beginner myself with less than a year of experience. And we'll taper that off. Okay. All right, that's a bit more tropical. A bit more tropical. We do want a little bit of light and a little bit of dark. Oh, I like that. Okay. So now, if we're going to have that, okay, now we're going to switch to the lighter green. Add a little bit of white and bring in some yellow.
Hi, Cody.
All right, so now we've got bright green and bright yellow, called Yellow Flame. Now we're gonna start topping some of that. Oop, too much. Gotta dab some of that off. Too much paint on my brush.
Darian said, "You, sir, are very talented."
I'm courageous. I'm just courageous enough to try. I am not talented. I am just courageous enough to try. Anybody can do this. Bob always said that, and I didn't believe him, but he was right.
He said, LOL.
Yep. Okay, so I'm learning that this brush does better vertically, putting up little trees, maybe a little coconut trees or something. What do you think? Something that has a little bit more. Because see the. I can't. Unfortunately, that started to bring the mountains too close. And I can't have these mountains too close. That won't work. But if we get those. Whoa, wow, look at that. Look at that. Now the green and the yellow are starting to blend together, and I'm pushing them up a little bit into the clouds actually to give me a more defined horizon. And boy, is that ever making it more tropical. Like there's tropical palm trees and everything up here at the top of these mountains. And I am covering up some of the yellow I put on here already. It didn't really. Well, that one looks pretty good. That looks like that's actually coming down to the water. Let's go ahead and do that. Let's give another dash of yellow down to the water here. We'll just, yeah, just something like that. Oh, look at that little lagoon right there. That's kind of cool. All right, so we're going to see a little bit more. Oh, I don't think I can do that with this brush. I just want to kind of come up a little bit. Yeah, like that. There we go. See them? See those trees just appear? Wow. That's really cool. So that is, I'm pushing into the green paint. Then after I get the green paint on one side of the brush, I then push the other side of the brush into the yellow. So that I've got yellow on one side, green on the other. And then I stand it up and kind of do this. And it's making a tree that's bright on one side and dark on another. And that's doing us a big favor right there. Look at that. That really seems to be adding some contrast to our work. The yellow is making one side bright, and the green is making the other side dark. And so it's in one brush stroke, I'm getting two color trees. Wow, look at that. Whoops, I hit the black. That black is still wet. Woo-hoo. So I've got to wash that off. And spin out my brush. Oh, where is my... There you are. Boy, that's exciting. So I'm learning a little thing here about mixing yellow and white, a little bit of white, mostly green and yellow on one side of the brush. Then I'm turning the brush over and pushing it into the yellow. And it's giving me a green and yellow tree. Just as I push it into the thing. Just like that. And we're going to go up in the corner here. Yep. Now we got to make some little ones. Got to make some little ones. I'm going to add the yellow and the green and see if we can't make them. Just use half the brush. Maybe I can just use one half of the brush to kind of push a few of these onto this island. All right. So now, what's the next thing an island has? It has a beach, some kind of shoreline. And so that's the next thing we're going to do. So we need to get the shoreline and beach brush. I have no idea which brush that is. So we will try this one first. And we're going to take the are they able to see my color palette?
A little bit.
A little bit. How much room above the painting is there? Can I turn the camera down a little?
Maybe an inch.
Huh?
No, now you're cut. Okay, there.
Okay, a little bit more. All right, so here is the brown. And then I'm going to scoop some white over here to the brown. And make a sandy beach color. And now I always like to make fun of people's names. Like if your last name was Banks. If your last name was Banks, Banks, would you name your daughter Robin?
No.
Joy's very quick at that one. Would you name your son River? Good cracker. Good cracker. Would you name your son Riverbanks? Oh, that looks like pretty beachy, doesn't it? That's a pretty beachy little thing. So I'm doing my little thing here, and I am wiggling back and forth. No idea exactly if I should be wiggling back and forth, up and down, left or right. I have no idea. I just know that I've got to cover the blue of the ocean, and I got to cut up into these trees that are along the shoreline and then turn and disappear like that. Look at that. Okay. Wow. Wow. All right. I'm going to say that this beach has a little bit of a shadow. I think the sandy part's bright, but it's too bright up here at the top. I think there should be like maybe a little darker brown. I'm going to take some of that sandy beach color, because I know a girl, her name was Sandy Beach. Her name was Sandy Beach till she got married. And
Donny made some spicy chili. Burn your mouth spicy.
oh, I didn't mean to. Just a little chili powder and tomato sauce.
Cody says coming together nicely.
Yeah, we're gonna push up a little bit of dark right here. A little bit of dark right there. Like maybe these are rocks or something that are on the beach, kind of cluttering things up a little bit, adding a little bit of color or contrast to what we're trying to do as we are We're sharing the beach with other colors and craftiness. All right. Now I'm going to take my beach brush.
A Moment in the Word posted a link right there.
Hey, Darian.
It's a live stream where they're going to be praying for Kenny during his surgery. If anyone wants to click on that link and hit notify me.
Oh, that's sweet. What a cool idea. Okay.
That's going to be in 10 hours. Not now. Did you drink all the milk?
Yes, yesterday.
And you ate all the cookies?
No. If you need a dessert, they're up in the spice cabinet.
I was going to have a drink of milk because that spicy chili was like spicy in my mouth. Where are they at?
On the other side of the baking soda. Out of the reach of children. That shouldn't have too many cookies. But that's really not true. I mean, they're right in the reach of children. Me.
They just did them for me.
In amidst there, this little tiny fan brush. So we're going to just push a wave up against that beach right there. Push a wave, push a wave, push a wave. Tropical land. Oh, yeah. Let's see. Is that? Yeah, that's making sense. That looks all right. Just barely touching it with the tip of the brush, right on the blue and green and beach line. We'll do another line a little farther out to sea here in a second. But we want to get the beach line going here and decide where there are waves crashing and not. I just got done binge watching the television show Monk. For the last couple of months, I've been watching at least one, if not two episodes a day after I got off work and fixed dinner, and it was my time to just kind of ease down, and it was what I wanted to do. But I'll tell you, I'm a different person now. Because the last time, I think I binge watched it one other time. Because this is 2006, well, 2001, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7, I think, or 6, 7, and 8, somewhere around in there. So we're talking 14 years ago is when this show was, and I absolutely loved it. And I really didn't understand what was so important about watching the show and how much it helped me cope with life, because I didn't understand Joy's situation. I just knew that she acted a lot like him, and he made it easier to handle her because he was tough to handle. And it was like, she's not that bad and everything's fine and all of that. But then, so with her diagnosis, coming up now, I guess close to a year, a couple of months ago, I watched an episode of Monk and I was like, oh, yes, that's right. This was very helpful. So I ended up watching it again. But you know what? That's the last time I'm ever going to be able to watch it. My heart has changed. You know how something that used to be funny just isn't funny anymore because you've given your heart to the Lord, or you changed the attitude, or like when if you happen to be you like a certain flavor or a certain kind of drink, and but then you quit, and this drink made you act funny or made you even be funnier, or you were not funny to be around or something, and um, so when you quit drinking it, all of a sudden you could see the fool you were making of yourself, but you couldn't see it at the time. And so when I started watching this time, it just dawned on me. Someone gets killed the first 60 seconds right in front of my very eyes. And usually during the show, someone else will be killed, and I will see gunshot wounds and death and blood and all of these things. And none of that used to bother me. But for some reason, this time, when I started watching it, it was like, oh my goodness, someone's being killed every day I watch this.
Are you having a conversation that's not good for YouTube,
Oh, the K word. So anyway, I just wanted to share with y'all that I've changed and I can't watch that show anymore. And I thought, well, this is the last time I can watch this because I can't watch this happening anymore like I used to. And it's a heart change. It's not something like, well, you really can't smell, tobacco or something on your clothes. I don't know what word to freaking use on YouTube when you're using it. But as soon as you quit, you can smell it. It's kind of like that. When all of a sudden you feel like, I am sensitive all of a sudden. I think I've got, a difference going on here. Something's really different. So I just thought I would share that I was doing something like that. And I wanted you all to know that that's a good change. That's a good change. That you can go ahead and say, you know what? I don't do that anymore. I'm not a part of that anymore.
Down.
And
Down.
I don't need that anymore.
Down.
So, all right. So now I was looking at some photographs because the biggest challenge is, where do you cut in the surface of the water and the underneath of the water? And it seems like it's doing a good job right here. I can see that there's something going on there. And they had a sale on lemon head sticks at Cracker Barrel the other day. So I bought a bag of lemon head sticks, and they're okay. They're not quite like lemon heads, but lemon heads nowadays aren't like the lemon heads of when I was a kid, even though it's the same candy. And very much the same flavor. But it used to be more of a hard candy with a soft shell when I was a kid. Now the whole thing is soft because they're trying to make it faster or cheaper or something. So now we get the fun part. I'm going to add a little bit of water to my brush, pick up some more white, and we are going to make an edge, right here. And just kind of bounce a little bit and turn the brush a little bit and go right like that. And there is our above and below water line. Look at that. That looks pretty good. I don't know if I even want to mess with it. But... So, and yep. I'm very happy with that. Okay. So I've got my tropical paradise. What shall we? But I got a lot of paint on my board here that we just have to use up somewhere. Let's see. Can we fix that dolphin a little bit, maybe? Can we do that? Can we? I hate to mess with them because, boy, I'll tell you, I've messed with stuff and it gets worse. But yeah, I see some depth in the trees. I see some sand between the tree trunks. I see some things up here that look, kind of interesting. Like, oh, what's that? A little dark spot there. I don't know what that means. And so I don't know. I'm going to leave that right there. Honestly, I'd almost like to just do a blue stripe across here and wipe those dolphins off of there and try again. But I'm too scared to be the second time be worse. So, and if I had a good brush that I knew what I was doing, I mean, wouldn't it be cool if I had a brush that would make a fish? Because I tell you what I do is I pick a brush and then I start smashing it different to see if that brush will or something that resembles something in real life. Like, if you push down on it and then you pull, what would it do? And it's not doing anything. So I'm not going to use this brush for that. But wouldn't that be fun to? Oh, look at that! Ooh. All right, let's try that again. All right, so we do that, and then we wiggle and taper off. Ooh, I like that. We might just make a fish here. What do you think? Shall we make a fish? Fish! Fish! All right, so we're making a little palette. And then we push. And then we wiggle. And then we taper off. Nope, that's no good. All right, let's see if we have to. We're going to add a little bit of white and some contrast here. And then we do it. Okay, we push. And then push backwards. Make the tail. And then wiggle. And then taper off. Okay. All right, so this is the wrong brush, but I just learned something cool. So let's try again with a better brush. Maybe, oh, that one feels a little softer. All right, so we're going to do a tropical fish. We're going to back up, spread his tail, and then come forward, do a wiggle, and stop. All right, ready for a tropical fish? Here we go. Here we go. Let's see, we want the yellow. So we want backwards, make him a tail, push it out, and come forward, and then wiggle, and then taper off. Okay. Now we'll make his little.
Thank you for joining us, Deanna. She said she has an early morning.
It's an early night when you've got an early morning. Yep.
Yeah, so she said good night.
We know what you meant.
And your paintings are beautiful.
Yeah, look at that. So then we've got our little fan.
Thank you for joining us.
Pull and then wiggle. Let's give a little wiggle there and then taper it off. And then give him a little fin. Down and up. Little fin. That looks pretty cool. All right, let's see. I'm going to finish my little yellow fish here. Like that. Maybe we'll put another one right here. Yep, that looks good.
Hi, Lisa.
Lisa. Wow. Are we is this the Thanksgiving?
Yes.
Ah, wonderful. Looking forward to Thanksgiving now. Last year, Joy and I rented a cabin for Thanksgiving and for YouTube people, and we didn't have a lot of people show up. And I didn't have the same kind of job this year, so I couldn't do it yet, as I had a good job last year. But you say we flare that tail. Woohoo! Woohoo! There we go. Look at that flare. Ooh, too much. Too much for that little bit of a fish. But you know what? Fish are sometimes two colors. So how about if we...
Lisa said, yes, Thanksgiving, can't wait.
We're going to go on the top of this fish, just like that. See, and give him some little fins on top. Ooh, look at that. Like I know what I'm doing. And then that right there. Pretty neat. So we need maybe a little turquoise or something, a little fish coming off here. He's got a little fin. Fin down that way. Yeah. And don't fish usually have like a brighter belly? Sometimes they've got a little bit lighter on the bottom and darker on the top. And then we'll give them a white head. Yeah, that looks good. We'll give him a little bit of content.
Because it's kind of a cross between a little of Bob Ross on the top and a little of folk art on the bottom. Hi, Andale at Homestead. She said, hello, Donny. This is lovely.
I've had so many compliments. I just had to paint again. I've had so many compliments this week. Thank you all for encouraging me.
He's basically touching up the one he did in the previous live stream, just finishing it up with the details.
Yeah, little details and things like that. Seeing what kind of trouble I can get into. Talking the wrong things and saying the wrong words. Okay. I'd like to work on this dolphin. He's just not sparkling the way he should be. You know, he needs that lighter, kind of a light gray with a little blue, or even the turquoise. Maybe the turquoise would look good. They're little wetsuits they wear. That's awful bright. Woohoo! So let's see if we... Oop, that's still too bright. Gray. You know, they say, oh, it's really easy to do this, but you know, on houses and understanding colors and what to have an advantage. You know, grab the brushes and do what Bob Ross does. I picked that up pretty quickly, but it is the understanding the color and getting the color right and understanding that what color goes where and how it changes, and you know, knowing that a little bit of red will defeat green, knowing how to, you know, adding white to red does not make light red, it makes pink, and then you don't want pink. And there's a little bit more blue in here. Maybe that's what I'm missing.
We're having a bad connection. I forgot to disconnect every device.
Somebody had to disconnect?
I forgot to disconnect every other device.
Oh.
Looks like it's better since I'm disconnecting. I mean, I wasn't even using them, but I think just hand it to me.
Wow, it's 10:45. Apologize. I had to take Joy's car to the shop today. And
we'll give the details of that later.
Oh, okay. That's right. And so I lost a couple of hours this morning, but the homeowner was happy to let me work late. And so I made up for the hours, and that was good.
Smoky Mountain Man said that is very nice.
Yeah, I'm trying to brighten up my dolphin. Make it more fun. And the other dolphin, too. He's farther back, though, so he doesn't brighten up quite as much.
Darian said, have a great night's rest, everyone. Thanks, Darian.
Thank you, Darian. Oh, Darian, I'm doing a thing on the kingdom this Friday, if you're able to make it.
On Team Jesus Ministries channel.
Yeah. That side fin is a little bit long. That still doesn't make sense. Kind of learning how to blend acrylics using a little bit of water. I can put a little water on my fingertip and trying to do some blending. And now I'm seeing more what I want to see.
Smoky Mountain Man said, the kingdom of God or the kingdom of heaven?
Ooh. It's going to be the kingdom that's here. The kingdom that we have been given. Yeah. Because what I've been studying has been understanding the kingdom that we've been given by God. And that this kingdom, it's called a kingdom because it has a king. And, ooh, that worked out. I'm a little happier with my dolphin now. Well, let's put a little dark along the back here. That's one thing about acrylics that's difficult, is you've got a paint that's going to get darker when it dries. So you literally have to put something lighter than you want on the canvas, knowing it will darken when it dries and be better and closer to what you... I've gotten up in the morning after painting until 3 in the morning, and I get up in the morning next morning at 9 or 10, and I look at the painting, and it looks completely different in the light. It looks completely different in the day,
after it's dry.
And it also looks different because the paint has dried. And sometimes I've actually been happier. I went to bed disappointed and get up. Oh, look at that. That worked out pretty good. Yeah, there we go. See, now we're kind of breaking into the color. You feel like the color is touching the blue, the canvas, the fish, and it starts to make sense, because you realize you've got, the white and the light coming down from above. So you've got to show off these tips of the fins.
Smoky Mountain Man said blue is his favorite color, and he's praying for Ford Man. Hello, Rhonda. How are you? So I learned something very interesting today when I was on my friend's live stream. I was just in the chatting. And she said YouTube did some sort of with the Chrome. The Chrome is the search thing, right? The Chrome is their internet
search engine
for Google. You have to use Chrome in order to use YouTube effectively, correctly. You have to use Chrome. You can't use like Internet Explorer or something else. It just doesn't work right.
Yeah, you can't fill out forms or anything.
You have to use Google's Chrome, because YouTube is Google. Yeah. Smoky Mountain Man said I use Bing. Yeah. The thing of it is,
We use Duck.
In order to use YouTube as a content creator, if you don't use Google Chrome, it doesn't work right for you. Anyway, so today I learned when I was in Free Handling Maid's live stream chat that Google Chrome did some sort of an update thing, and then it messed up the moderator stuff. And I found on my channel, Google deleted some of my moderators. She said she lost all of her moderators. They were just gone. Every one of her moderators were just gone completely. And then she forgot who was moderator, so she started trying to add some more back in. But I noticed that I had some of my moderators deleted, and I don't even remember either who all was moderators. Yeah, you're still here, Smoky Mountain Man. But there was, what was it? There was a moderator on my chat, and I didn't even know who it was. It was It was a moderator though. And I was like looking at it thinking, who is that? It wasn't anybody I knew. So I deleted that because I didn't know who it was, how it got there. Smoky Mountain Man said Donny really has
Filling in.
glitch, I think, every now and then, because it's a couple times it's popped up saying unstable connection, but then it's just like real quick.
Oh, look at that. I did the fish wrong, but it ends up he's behind the grass. So it actually looks okay because
We've been having trouble with this internet thing.
But
yeah, every now and then we're probably going to have to get a new. They're saying buffering.
all right, well, I'm going to wrap it up then. I think I've officially finished. I'm going to take the original initials and add a little white to them to say that I touched it up from the original. My Husky's ready to go out.
Might be getting too hot. It's been laying there.
Good first dolphin. See, there's supposed to be a little curve at the back here, and the fin is too long. What I need to do is, if I thicken this spot right here, like that, and bring that way. There, that helped a little bit. Maybe make the head just a little higher, a little stronger.
Yeah, he's just going to do the last few touch-ups and then he'll say goodnight. Thank you for joining us, Smoky Mountain Man.
Yes.
Rhonda.
Yeah, I was thinking about putting two little eyes down in this cave, like something's looking out, huh? What do you think? How's that? Creepy, scary. Okay. Well, there's some professional look and there's some amateur look, and the whole thing is looking all right for Donny's opinion. I don't like all that black though. I think I want to make that brown and not black. I'll just take some of that black out.
I had YouTube delete some of my moderators several different times on different occasions from me, and I had not deleted them, but they were gone. But then our friend Will Yankee in the South had said sometimes YouTube doesn't like you to have too many moderators. So maybe that's why, I don't know. Maybe that YouTube then, if you have a lot, maybe they start to delete some of them. Or it could have been that they do these updates and it messes it up. I don't know. That's the what Freehand.
Oh my goodness! I just saw a little tiki hut. Look at this little tiki hut right here with the grass roof. I'm gonna bring that down a little bit. There it is. See, I didn't see that before. Little tiki hut right there. I'm gonna put a little cabin right there. A little tiki hut right there. Happy little tiki hut with a happy little door. Wow. I just saw the roof and a window, and I just put in some walls. There's a tiki hut. Cool. That was neat. All right, so we're kind of gonna just work out some of these little
Rhonda
dark
said,
spots.
very nice, Donny.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
What is your favorite kind of scene, Rhonda? Like beachy, like that?
Yep.
Tropical.
Oh, and now
Mountains. Just out of curiosity, what's your favorite? He's got it stuck to the paper towel now.
Yep.
Goodness. Hope we don't pull the paint off.
Yeah, I just have to get it wet, maybe, huh? Get the paper towel wet and let it break off, or go with it or not go with it.
Beach and farms and mountains. Rhonda said beach, farms, and mountains. He should do a farm scene, definitely.
There you go.
Back farther.
Back farther.
And to, I don't know, what's that? Toward the paints. A little toward the paints. Where your hand, to the left. Yeah, a little more. There. Now it's all the way in.
Okay. All right. So.
He should do a Smoky Mountain scene, Smoky Mountain Man said.
Yeah.
There's going to have to do a Cades Cove scene and a Cades Cove church and all that.
Yeah, that's the plan. Now, I got a lot of leftover paint.
Take that paper towel out there.
So you all are going to get a nice little treat here.
This is what he does with his
This is
leftover paint.
so I've got this is my leftover
This is how he's
palette,
finishing off his.
and I'm going to use a big brush. Now, tradition has it. Oh, I want to show you the one I did the other day. We thought, oh, that's kind of this. I'm going to brighten this up and turn this into a red sunset with clouds and stuff like that. Oh, but wait. Oh, wait. No, wait. It's actually sky with a valley and mountains on both sides, things like that. So you never know what.
He's going to turn that into something.
I'm going to turn that into something, and I haven't decided what's going to work, but I see the rolling plains here, distant clouds like Oklahoma, big sky country, but not big mountains like the Tetons, but down in Oklahoma, something like that. Or I could do this where we're looking at the ocean is coming in and crashing, and then there'll be mountains here, and then there'll be a red sunset. So let's see what's going to happen this time. I'm going to mostly do the sky. I think I'm going to do sky.
See, he takes his leftover paint and paints it on a plain canvas, and then later on he'll do something with it and make it into another painting.
Yeah. We'll do a few things like that, and we'll mix things in. We'll add a little water. Some of my palettes that
Hi, Nathan.
I've been using.
The NDT show.
See, I'm seeing like a grassy field here. Are you? That really looks cool. Like a grassy field. Something like that. Okay, so now we're going to add, let's see. We're going to add See those nice trees right there? Boy. Aren't they beautiful?
He just uses this for a base so that later he can.
I see trees here and like a distant fields, and boy, I'm pretty impressed. I don't even know what I'm doing here, and I like it. I'll go this way. We'll see what happens over here. Okay, so I got a little black now. I got to work in this black somewhere. A little black and green. Well, you know, black and green can make really pretty branches and the depths of trees. So let's just go ahead and add a little bit of depth and green to my trees. And this is the kind of live stream that would be really good, wouldn't it? We'd just do something like this for the live stream. We'll call it a stab at it painting. We'll just stab at it.
No.
And look at that. That looks pretty good. Don't you think that looks pretty good? That's trees and everything. What else is there? I think that's everything off the palette now. Oh, there's the white. So we'll pull the white in over here. Look how steep that ground is right there where those trees are. Boy, they're barely holding on, aren't they? That's really steep. I don't know. Who wants this painting, huh? That's pretty good, you know? That's pretty good. Kind of a greenish. I would have to change the sky, I think, to more of a bluish or something, but I'm out of paint. I wish I wasn't. That's really something. Wow. Y'all are getting something special here for staying with me. You know what? We're going to go with some gold, and we're going to go across the sky. And we want gold, and we want... Oh, somebody tell me a color.
I don't know. Boy,
gold.
You're just finishing up there. So.
All right, so we... oh, boy. Okay, so I want... lighter than that. I want something goldy across the sky. That's too dark. So, goodness, this easel. I'm going to have to nail this thing down to the table.
Rhonda said it'll be great when you get it done. She said that's a good idea.
Who said it's not done?
It looks like a mess to me. That one.
That's all right. You're entitled. What does it need? What does it need?
I might just try painting something.
Yeah. That way I can. And then, of course, Eddie would have us competing. He'd be like, hey, oh, you got her beat on that painting.
Your arm's in the way.
All right. I wonder if I want... Nope, I don't like that. I want texture. This is just a slap at it painting.
Says she's not good at drawing or painting.
Hell, it looks like I'm just having fun. That's all I'm having. Anybody could do this. I mean, you look at the results. It's amazing. I've got clouds, sky, tree line. I think that's really something. See these trees coming down here? And look how steep this is. It's a very steep grade. There's some rocks and some trees in the background here. More trees back here. Now, this doesn't make sense here. But, you know, what does in this world, right? We could we could just do something like this. Oh, he lost his brush. Yeah, see, and then when I let this dry, I could actually do some white over this. This would be a good background. I kind of like these trees here. I could maybe put in a, oh, you know what? You might even like that. I could probably take what I've got right here. I could mix it. And watch me put in a cliff right here. We'll just put in a cliff right there. Yeah, we'll do that. And we'll put another one right there. Just like that. Pretty neat.
I might take a painting lesson.
Yeah. You know, there's plenty. I've got all these DVDs to watch too that I haven't watched yet on painting.
Because I've done crafts.
You are very crafty.
Crafty painting and stuff like that before.
Your whole life. You're like 4-H queen.
I actually did a little bit of charcoal or pencil drawing when I was in high school. Wasn't bad for a high schooler, I guess.
And we could actually put a little rushing river right here. That would be good. I really like that. Who says the sky always has to be blue, right? You know, it's a goldy, greeny sky or something like that. I'm pretty impressed.
Rhonda said she used to make pot holders when she was younger, but she hasn't made them in years. In like a crochet. Rhonda, did you crochet?
Wow. Well, anyway, time to say goodnight. And I love you. Thank you for coming and being here with me. Thank you for all the wonderful comments and everything this week. My goodness, a lot of people with this collaboration have come in and said so many wonderful things. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Crochet. She said, no, not crochet. It wasn't crochet. It was something else. It was
Crochet. Too, Brute.
Beautiful painting. Loom. Oh, she did loom.
Boom. Boom. Loom.
Loom. You know those little loom things where you made it was a loom where you went with the some sort of a string or yarn or something one way and then went the other way, kind of like a weaving. You're going to do one more thing?
Uh-oh. I just saw.
Gotta do one more thing.
I just saw. Unfortunately, I just saw a tree.
He saw a tree.
Yeah. A big old tree right there.
Happy tree. He saw a happy tree.
Yep. And it goes off this way. And up this way. And up here. And then it goes like this. And then we'll fill in with other colors when these colors dry.
Another day.
Another day.
Because you have to save time for another one.
Yep. Yep.
I just said very cool, Donny.
Thank you, thank you. It is very cool. Another tree. And we'll just do that. Huh. Happy little tree.
Happy little tree.
That paint up there is still wet.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, what is that top where it's all blue?
Yeah. Well, what that is this is going to be like the leaves.
The what?
Leaves of another tree that's closer. I'm going to make a big old branch come over here, and I'm going to make this like these are leaves, like you're looking through the tops of these are trees that are going to be branches over here, and the branches of the trees in front here, and here are going to cross over this tree here, and these are leaves hanging down, and these are like the background where the sky would be behind it. And I'm not messing with that green right there. That's just beautiful. That just blesses me. So
I just said you're welcome, Donny.
Yep, we're gonna do a tree right here. It's gonna be a big one, like that big. Like that big. See, and then there's another tree right like here, right there. Yeah. Wow. Look at the size of that tree. My goodness. He is huge. Goes up like that. Wow. Okay. So there'll be a little river here. We'll do that at our next live stream. We'll say, surprise. All right.
The start of another painting. Okay. That's it for now.
Yeah, that's it for now. Oh, wait. I still have some paint on my palette. I'm not going to mess with that, though. No, I don't think so. I don't think it go anywhere else. It doesn't go with anything else. So I've
just wash it off.
Yep. Okay. That's it. So remember, I love you. We love you. But Jesus loves you more. Good night. Good night. Good night.
Yeah, I haven't signed off yet. I'm just thanking everyone. Yeah.
I like that. How's that? That looks pretty good. Oh, look at that. Oh.
I just said, have a great night.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yes.